I can't wait to start using our electric tank. Woohoo!
That's not fair, is it? I'm deleting that.
No, you're not.
Hi! So, we are on our way up north to get the gas and water tanks fitted. Don't laugh. How long's the journey, Louise?
Oh, about 5 hours.
And we did get in the car about an hour ago, but I had to keep going in and out of the house, forgot loads of things.
We didn't get the car out, we got the van out.
Oh, it's the same thing, Louise! It's the same thing, it's a vehicle that we're going in.
Right,
Anyway.
so today we're going to get the gas and the water tanks installed.
It's not my day.
No, it's not your day. And this video is going to mostly be waffle because we're not doing it ourselves. The reason being is because I can't get under the van. It doesn't look that difficult, but I'm not fit enough to be up and down under the van, so we're going to pay someone to do this bit.
And I'll repeat, that's gas and water tanks. Yeah, it's not been a good start to the day today. Definitely not.
Right, are you going to tell people what and why we're having...
No, I thought we was having electric. No, I actually know he wasn't having electric, but I just got confused. So we're having water tanks underneath the vans because we saw this when we went and looked at some vans earlier on in the year, and it was just a great way of like saving space.
Yeah, so we've got more space inside the van.
Yeah, so and we can actually have bigger tanks underneath, can't we?
Yeah, we can have the same size tanks inside, but it will just take up
More space.
so much space.
So that's why we've gone for having the water tanks underneath, and then with the gas. That was Louise's call. I don't really know why.
Because, again, for space, but also we can carry a bit more gas.
And it's the different gas.
No, it's the same gas, so it's propane, LPG. But we're having it
So is it not in the? So it's not in the bottle.
a bit, yeah,
But you
kind
said,
of like a bottle, but like a tank underneath.
yeah, that we fill up at the
But we can fill it up at the petrol station,
petrol station.
Yeah, so we can have 20, we think we're getting a 25 kilogram tank under there, whereas inside, to get that much, we'd sort of want 2 11s, so we'd have 2 big bottles that we'd have to keep taking out and getting changed over.
You said it was different.
No, that was when you were talking about butane. It's a different gas than butane. We're getting propane, which would be the same as a
I don't know what we're getting.
big gas. So anyway, we're getting it underneath, refillable at the station. So water gas, anywhere that sells like gas for filling up a car that runs on LPG, you can fill it up there. Another reason is because when we go to Europe, their bottle change is different. So you need a different type of bottle from different countries. So at least this way we can just buy the different connectors and then we can fill up hopefully most places in Europe. So that's the plan.
That's the
for us, I think Undersnug is the better option. Obviously, it's much more expensive. But if we're going to be spending a lot of time in this van, and hopefully the van's going to last a long time, for us it's worth
The money.
worth the money, yeah.
We would have spent more money on this van than we have our house. But we do plan on living in for a year as well, so. And AJ's come with us. We're staying in some dog-friendly hotels up north as well. So AJ's in the back all tethered and laying down on his blanket. So this is the first outing in this van as well. He seems to like it.
We like the old van.
Yeah, he got all excited this morning when he saw everything was like getting packed up. He was like, "Oh, am I coming?"
Come on.
And Louise won't let me drive the van yet either.
Because she's had an injury, not because she's incompetent.
This is true.
If you watch any of our earlier videos, you'll see all about the injury.
Just in case, I fractured my shoulder not long ago, so it's still on the mend. Ain't that right, Louise?
Right.
That's freaky. Did you just see that?
Oh, maybe I was looking that way. Uh-oh.
Obviously. That is because we're at Dartford Crossing and we're queuing. Whereabouts are we queuing, Louise?
On the M2.
On the M2. I'm not very good with roads.
Oh, this is a long queue.
What are you reading?
So it's taken us an hour to do 35 miles.
Louise is in the mood because I forgot her pork pie in the first stop, so we had to stop again. Aren't you?
What else have you forgotten?
I've forgotten paperwork, I've forgotten the microphone, probably a few other things as well. Once we get there, we'll find out. But we're all here, so.
Now there's a queue.
Hello. Come in.
Hey, buddy. Hello. Where you been? Where you been? I know it's a long way, isn't it? So this is our first long trip in a van. This is very boring, this bit, but some people might be interested.
You got the key, yeah?
Yeah. So we are getting. We have sat in quite a bit of traffic, as you can see by average speed, but usually I'm doing sort of 60, 65. Fuel consumption, 35.8 miles to the gallon, which isn't too bad really for a van this size. Alright, we haven't got a lot in the back yet, so that's going to go down. But yeah, if you're looking at getting a Citroen Relay, Peugeot Boxer or Fiat Ducato, that's roughly what you're going to be getting. I don't know how that compares to other vans, but there we go. Right, ready to go?
Ready to go. Got my copy. So we've added about an extra hour onto our journey.
Half an hour.
An hour. Keep stopping and starting because there was a squeak, and Louise has this weird thing that she can't stand any repetitive noises. So at one
I
point,
shouldn't have married you then, should I?
at one point, I genuinely thought that she was just going to throw us off the bridge with the van, but luckily we've managed to sort it out. So we're about 40 minutes away now from the B&B, and so that's it. This is what we've been looking at most of the day.
At least it's moving now.
Yeah, that's true. Dartford Crossing wasn't that much fun, was it?
Plus the fuel consumption's up.
Oh, she's obsessed. I'm not even allowed to have the radio on or touch anything because she needs to like see this all of the time. Obsessed, Louise.
think of the hotel, AJ? AJ, are you excited? Are you excited?
What's in here, AJ? Yeah, I'm filming.
Right, so we're back from our trip to York. We actually got back yesterday, but so I'm just going to quickly show you what we've got, so that if you're thinking about having a similar sort of system, you might give you some. Oh, so this is our external filler for the LPG. We picked up some different fittings so that when we're in Europe we can just pop those on and then fill up wherever. We haven't filled it up yet, so I can't give you a cost, but I don't think it's going to be expensive. So that's there. That then feeds underneath. I did take some pictures, well, a couple of pictures while it was up on ramps. So I'll try and put those in the video so you can kind of see what we've got. So that's what it looks like on the outside. On the inside. Right, it all looks a little bit odd at the minute, but it will all make sense once I build the kitchen. So this is our incoming gas, so this is our manifold. This is a main shut-off valve, so I can shut off all of the gas, and then I've got individual shut-off valves for each appliance. This second copper pipe coming in, that's for an external barbecue point that we've also had put on, so I'll show you that as well. I think I took pictures of that. So basically we can plug in a gas barbecue or gas cooker or whatever on the outside of the van, so that's located by the sliding door. Because really we want to be doing the majority of our cooking outside. It'll just be anything that needs to go in the oven, or if it's really bad weather we'll be cooking inside. It's there so I can get it as close to the window as possible to try and ventilate as much as possible, and also we've got the skylight directly above it there. That dropout should service both the manifold and the cooker, which will be situated up here. I did want the dropout closer, but the chassis underneath was in the way, so that might be worth bearing in mind if you've got this van, that the chassis does come in quite a long way from the edge. This cable here will go to our distribution board when we eventually get it, and that's going to have a little gauge on it that will tell us exactly how much gas we've got left. What else did we learn while we was there? So the tank is 25 litres, but you can only fit it up to 80% capacity. That would be the same if you bought a Gasset disposable tank as well. There is another shut off on the actual tank itself, so you can physically completely turn off the gas. What else did we learn? It's not cheap.
No.
It's probably going to be, well, aside from the windows because they weren't cheap either, but probably be the most expensive part of our install, I would guess. But because it's gas as well, we just wanted to make sure it was safe. So I think the whole thing was £877, £877, including all the extras, so the fittings for a brawl and the barbecue point. But it's done now, so I can literally just feed straight off of this with 8mm copper pipe. So I'll have one going to the cooker, which will probably be a cooker with a hob or one unit. One going to the barbecue point. We're going to run one to the back for an external shower system that we're going to have, because we don't want to have a full shower room because it's just not worth it for us.
Because Louise don't shower often.
I just naturally odour free. So yeah, so that's the gas. I'll try and show you this barbecue point, but again I did take some pictures, so we'll see. You can have it flush mounted in the side, but because you need to service it regularly, we've had it put underneath, so it is literally just a case of, so I need to reach in that far to open the flap, and then I should just be able to pop my connection in there, and then have a flexible gas hose which will come up. So for convenience, it is, you know, it's just that much of my arm that needs to go underneath to do that. So that's that. And then for the water, we've had 2 tanks installed. So we've got a 84 litre freshwater tank and a 50 something litre wastewater tank. I need to drill the inlets for the pipes that for myself, because I don't know exactly where I'm going to locate our pump and everything yet, so, and our sink, so I don't want to put those in and then change our mind of where they're going. But basically I'll try and show you as best I can, because I didn't get any pictures of this, because so this first tank here, that's our waste. So it's just simply held on with a couple of brackets. On the other side it's got 2 inlets, one for the sink and one for, I guess, the shower if you was to have one. And then behind that is the freshwater tank. One question we've been asked a lot, are we not worried now about like going over bumps and stuff? But if you can see, it doesn't actually sit any lower than our rear axle. And our exhaust, which is there, actually sits lower than the tanks as well, so we haven't actually lost any ground clearance. So that's that. And then I'll try and show you the water tank from this side. So that's it there, and then just so all I need to do is come off of those with, I think it's 1/2 inch pipe, I can't remember, and then so they're all easy fittings, they're just going to be simple push on, and then that's our filler point on the outside of the van, so freshwater, wastewater coming out. We asked the bloke how low temperature we could go, because that's another one of our concerns, was the temperature. So we can go down to, he's had it tested to -10, which is a lot more than what I was expecting. I was expecting it to sort of start freezing at 0. So yeah, we're quite pleased with that. That's it really, isn't it?
Yep, that's it.
I don't think there's anything else.
Nope.
On our way back we managed to pick up a single seat. Took a small detour on the way back, so that's our single seat. That's going to be going to replace the double seat up the front. But yeah, that's it really. So it's quite easy for me, because all I had to do was drive there.
Nothing.
And yeah, didn't do anything. Drive there, drive back. So yeah, like I said, it is expensive, but it just saves us. You imagine if we had the gas in here plus those 2 water tanks, we'd either have to have less water or have them in here but lose all that space, and we're going to need all of this space. So
That's
yeah,
it.
That's it. So the seats, going to be doing the seat next, and then after that we'll be doing the installation and first fix electrics finally. So yeah, thanks for watching.